Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Right, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to do all signs, but we're going to look at your person. So it's all signs versus all signs. Right, so we'll start with Aries. So this is if you're dealing with somebody that's an Aries. Right, so let's have a look at your person. We're looking at Aries. What do you need to know about their thoughts, feelings and intentions if you're dealing with an Aries? Right, we've got embrace what fate has in store for you. Right, so let's have a look at the tarot. So something is going to come in with this Aries person. Let's see what it's all about. It's showing there, be open to whatever comes in with this connection with this Aries. Let's have a look. Right, I feel they're going to be reaching out, but you're a bit hesitant. You're unsure. There's something that's telling you something's not quite right about this connection. But it is showing there, try and trust the connection. Because it's just showing you're not really sure. It may be how they've been before, and that's why you can't really trust the connection. But it looks like they've had a wake-up call. There's been a change in their behaviour, and they're coming in with communication. They're coming in, they want a fresh start. They're coming in more giving. So it may have been before they hadn't been that giving, but now this time round it's all going to change. So it's just showing their embrace what comes in with this connection, because it looks as if they've changed their ways. So that's what I'm getting for Aries. So that looks good. Right, let's have a look at Taurus. Right, so this is if you're dealing with a Taurus. What have we got coming in with this person? Right, so we've got be prepared to accept what fate has in store for you. It's similar to the other one, but it's about acceptance, where the other one was about embrace it. Right, so let's have a look around this Taurus person that you're dealing with. What do we need to know? Be prepared to accept what fate has in store for you. Yeah, you're going to get more balance with this connection. This one's coming in for a fresh start. I feel there's not been any communication because one of you has walked away from the connection. But they're coming forward. They're coming forward. This one's giving out more. It's similar to the Aries one. They're taking a risk, they're taking a leap of faith with the connection. I mean, they have disappointed you in the past. It may have been you that walked away. You ended it. You are stronger now. And it's always the way. Once you're stronger, this person seems to come back in. This Taurian. So that's what I'm getting there, Taurus. Not much to say there. Right, let's have a look at Gemini. Right, so this is for anyone that's dealing with a Gemini. What do you need to know? Right, so we've got rekindle. Every relationship has those magical moments that can be rekindled. So it looks like there's distance between you at the moment, but this can work out. Right, so let's have a look at the tarot. This is for anyone that's dealing with a Gemini. Rekindle. Every relationship has those magical moments that can be rekindled. Right, what do you need to know around this connection with this Gemini? No, they've been pretty much hard work. They've been very distant. They've needed to grow up. They're keeping tabs on you. They're spying on you 24/7. You could be dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. Yeah, well you are. It's a Gemini we're looking at. So I think there's not been any contact for some time. I mean, you may have even blocked them, but they're keeping an eye on you, they're keeping tabs on you, they want to know what you're doing, they want to feel confident in coming forward. Looks as if they're waiting for you to contact them, but it looks as if you've blocked them, but they'll find a way of contacting you. That you could even get a strange message come in from a different number, that type of thing, just to test the waters with you. But are they offering you anything? That's the thing, because it is showing rekindle the relationship, but how can you, if you're stressed out about the person and they're testing the waters with you? That's no good. You've got to come in open and honest. Right, will you get this magical moments? Will you get this chance of this rekindlable relationship? Let's have a look at that. Because at the moment, they're standing in the wings for you to reach out, but it don't look like you will be. There's been a lot of toxic behaviour in the past. You are a soulmate connection. They're missing you badly. They've got a lot of regrets the way they've treated you. They don't want to come in. They're frightened that you might have an argument with them. But it's showing there, it's your choice if you want to rekindle this connection or not. Because there is somebody new coming in for you as well. I'm getting a fire sign coming in. Gemini, fire sign coming in, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. So it's up to you if you want to rekindle it. Right, so let's have a look at Cancer now. What we've got coming in for if you're dealing with a Cancer. If you're dealing with a Cancer, what do you need to know? Right, we're getting trade. Tell the trade what you really think. So I think with that, it's going in nature, really, before you actually talk to this Cancerian face to face. You've got to connect to nature first. Right, let's have a look around this Cancerian you're dealing with. What do you need to know? Well, you want peace, harmony and balance within this connection. I think that's why you've got that trade card, because you're not getting that balance with the connection. And that's why you've got to go into nature first, connect with nature first, before you entertain this person back, or even if you want to entertain this person back. Because it's showing there's a lack of interest with this person. You know, you're not really sure if you want to go back to it. So connecting to nature will kind of like tell you what to do. It'll guide you in the right direction. But I think you're not going to bother with the Cancerian. There's a new connection coming in for you. You're going to meet them out the blue. Could be a work connection with this new person. Because this other person, if they come back, if this Cancerian comes back, they're going to hurt you. It's going to be the same pattern. And you're going to get the happiness and the emotional connection with somebody new. So that's what I'm getting if you're dealing with a Cancer. Right, let's have a look at Leo now. What we got coming in for if you're dealing with a Leo. Right, so we've got moment. Think of a special moment that brought you and your partner a lot of joy. Yeah, so just go back to the special times and try and get that back. But let's have a look what we're dealing with the Leo. So this is if you're dealing with a Leo moment. Think of a special moment that brought you and your partner a lot of joy. And if you can get that back, you can get the relationship back on track. So this is if you're dealing with a Leo. Yeah, you've walked away, there's no contact, there's no communication, but you do think about them a lot. You do want something to happen again. You're a twin flame connection, you've got a twin flame contract. So you're going to reconnect, you're going to have communication, you're going to have that opportunity to talk things through. You could also have an earth sign around you at the same time. So bear that in mind. Or you could be the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. But you're going to be honest with them when you do talk. You're going to put your cards on the table. And then if you can get the communication consistent, and I think you'll even mention about getting this special moment back. Actually do the special moment again to get that joy back into the connection. So that all looks good. Right, so let's have a look at Virgo, if you're dealing with a Virgo. Right, so this is for anyone that's dealing with a Virgo. Right, so we've got confusion. All seekers of truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need. So, yeah, you could be confused about this person. But we'll look why you're confused. But also, you're not getting the truth out of them. And we'll look at that. Right, so this is if you're dealing with a Virgo. Confusion. All seekers of the truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need. Yeah, so you want the truth from this Virgo. That's what it is. Because you're not getting the truth. They're probably vague, might not even be communicating, which is usual for Virgos anyway. They're not really communicators. Right, well, you've got a good intuition about this person. Yeah, they come up straight away, the Virgo. They've got to address some toxic behaviour patterns. They want emotional control of the connection. So they're coming over quite stubborn. It's got to be their way or the highway type of thing. So they're not compromising on the connection at all. I mean, I feel they feel deeply for you. They may even be obsessing about you. But that's no good. You know, they could be feeling really deeply about you, but they're not communicating those feelings. And that's what you want. You want that truth. You want them to communicate the truth to you about their feelings, and they're not doing that. They feel that they're going to lose control if they do. They need to grow up. They need to do a lot of growing up. They need to face you with their feelings. Yeah, they're just waiting for you to do all the emotional labour. No, you're not. You're not going to do that. Because it feels at times, you feel like they're manipulating you by doing this. And in a sense, they are really. Let's have a look at the outcome. But I'd follow your intuition with this one, because you don't want to put the emotional labour in. It's got to be a 50-50 deal. Right, so let's have a look. Because they're feeling so intense about you. It's kind of too much. But they can't be honest about that intensity. And you're actually feeling it as well. Now, your soulmate connection, they need to be brave, have the courage to come forward. They need a very, very big wake-up call because, you know, if they leave it too late, you're walking away and blocking them. So it's, you know, it's their loss, really, if they don't come forward. Because you're turning your back on them. Right, so that's what I'm getting if you're dealing with a Virgo. Let's have a look if you're dealing with a Libra. What do you need to know if you're dealing with a Libra? Right, so we've got emotion. Look into the depths of your emotions. Yeah, so just how you're feeling about this person and what you want to do about it. About this connection with the Libra. Alright, so let's have a look. Emotions. Look into the depths of your emotions. This is if you're dealing with a Libra. Well, you're going to come forward. You're not holding back any longer. You're coming forward to them and you're telling them how you feel about them. You're not holding back any longer. And the more you open up to this person, the more they open up to you, and you can get the relationship you want from this person. You've been missing each other a lot, and you and them can be happy together. And that's what they want. They want you to be honest and open about your emotions towards them. So if you do that, then it can work out. So that's all that I'm getting with that, because you're just going to come forward about how you feel about them anyway. Right, so let's have a look at Scorpio. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, what do you need to know? Right, so we've got a barrier. Find ways around obstacles to find happiness. Right, so there's some obstacles with this connection. Right, so let's have a look. Barriers. Find ways around obstacles to find happiness. So something's getting in the way of your connection with this Scorpio. It could be interference from other people. That's the feeling I'm getting. Yeah, because sometimes you feel it's all over and then they come forward to you. They're all close towards you. And then they back off. Then they come forward again and you get the happiness. So it's very up and down emotionally with this person. There is an outside interference there. But I'm actually getting you two going away, travelling together, away from these interference. And that's how you can move forward together, and that's how you can escape from the interference and the barrier that's getting between the two of you. So it feels as if it's travelling, and also getting changing the place where you live as well. So that all looks good. So it might be up and down for a little while, but once you're travelling on your own together, that's where you get the happiness. Right, let's have a look at Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. What do you need to know around this Sagittarius? Right, so we're getting openness, to open to receive divine guidance in relationships. Right, so let's have a look at that. This is if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. So there needs to be openness within the connection. I mean, usually with Sagittarius people, they're truth tellers. They're very open. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's showing here, take the risk with this person. You've got a very strong connection, like as if you've known each other for years. I think one of you has walked away in the past, but you're coming together again. So I think you're going to actually be open with them to get the connection back on track again. You're taking the risk with them. So it's like you're going to be as open as this Sagittarius. That's what I'm getting in the connection. And then it works out. So that's what I'm getting for Sagittarius. Let's have a look at Capricorn. What we've got coming in for Capricorn, if you're dealing with a Capricorn. Right, so we've got heart. You start to feel your heartbeat faster as you get closer. Right, so this is if you're dealing with a Capricorn. Heart, you start to feel your heartbeat faster as you get closer. Yeah, I mean, this connection's been quite slow, it's been quite stressful, but it's a fated connection. I think they've breadcrumbed you in the past. They've not been giving towards you at all in the past. But you both got very, very strong feelings for each other though. So it does leave you a bit confused because you want more from this connection. Can they give you more in the connection? That is the thing, that's the question you're asking. Let's see if they can give you more in the connection. Because they may have tried to sort of pull away from you, like as if they've feared getting closer to you. Can you come together closer? And can they give you more in the connection. You know, are they capable of doing that? I think what it is, they've got family issues, so they may not have had time for the connection, but it looks as if they will try and get that time for you so you can have a start. I mean, I think they've been keeping an eye on you when they haven't been around, but they fear losing you. So it looks like once that they've sorted out these family issues, they come forward and you can work it out and get closer. So that's what I'm getting if you're dealing with Capricorn. Right, let's have a look at Aquarius. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, what do you need to know? Right, we've got a commitment. Commitment is an important factor in building a successful relationship. So let's see if they can commit then. Let's have a look at that. Can this Aquarius commit to you? Commitment is an important factor in building a successful relationship. I think they've been a bit of a player, and you could be dealing with a third party situation. So I think what it is, they're already committed to somebody else, but don't want to be in that relationship. They'd rather be with you. So you've stepped back, you've pulled away because it's emotionally and mentally draining. You followed your intuition because it's mentally and emotionally draining, but they'd rather be in a marriage commitment with you rather than the person that they're with. Let's see if they can commit to you and come away from this relationship that they're not happy in. Let's have a look at that. Can this Aquarius commit to you and come away from their existing relationship? Well, they desperately don't want to be in that relationship. The person they're with is nasty to them. And they just feel restricted in that connection. I mean, it's going to take time. If they fear losing you, they will come away from that person. Because I think they're fearing losing you already. They want to commit to you. So they will, but it's not any time soon. So that's what I'm getting. Right, let's have a look at Pisces now. Right, this is if you're dealing with a Piscean. What do you need to know around this Piscean? Right, so we've got a union, the union of divine soul counterparts this miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. Right, so something's going to happen out of the blue for you and them to come together. Right, so this is if you're dealing with a Pisces. Union of soul counterpart. So you're a soul connection, but something needs to happen out the blue for this to come together. Yeah, your soulmates. You've been disappointed in the connection though. You feel that they're weak, they're emotionally weak, which isn't a good thing. They're very slow in coming forward. They do want the union with you, but they're scared, they're petrified of the real connection. I think they're scared of hurting you, they're scared of how they are. I think sometimes they think you're not interested. But there's a reconciliation now where they're coming forward and offering you the full commitment. So it will happen. They've just got to let go of these fears before it all happens. So that is what I'm getting today. Take care. Bye for now.